Welcome to ACC Student Interviews. I'm Indy, and today I'm here with Danny. And I'm going to start by asking you some questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you like to do, or what you do for a living?
Then it's basically I'm a cross dock worker or forklift operator, however you want to put it. I basically will move freight from one trailer to another and basically separate and sort it to go different states, different towns, cities, stuff like that. That's basically what I do. I've been doing it for about 30 years.
Wow.
So I've been a long time on it.
How'd you get into the field?
Actually because of the pay.
Really?
Yeah, I started out, believe it or not, making $12 an hour, and I'm making 20, almost 30 bucks an hour now.
That's pretty good.
So as of 17th of this month, I'll be making $30 an hour.
Wow.
So the money's there if you want to make it. You just got to work for it.
Is it kind of like, is that like a starting pay, or do you have to earn that?
Your starting pay is 12, and then you go through and you get to do seniority and do your time of working. But the raises are always good. That's one of the things that's kind of what to go for.
Is there any I guess like tiers to the position? You know, I guess there's like journeyman apprenticeship. You know, when like a trade, is it something like that with this?
No, there's really no trade in it. I mean, it's basically, like I said, you're moving the freight, but you get better at it. I mean, when you first start, you get some wild stuff in trailers, and you're like, how do I get it out of the trailer? The wildest things we've had is like crane parts come in, and it'd be the length of the trailer. Well, you can't lift 5,000 pounds with our forklifts. So you actually have to kind of strap it and pull it out. Make sure you keep it on the skid and don't tear it up pulling it out. Yeah. So there's a lot of challenges, but there's really, to me, it's always been a game of Tetris or something like that, moving things.
So what was XPO, the company you work at? What other names have they gone by? Because I know they've gone through some changes.
It's always been actually XPO. The company I'd started with was Overnight. Then I went to a company called CCX, which in turn became Conway, and Conway was bought by XPO.
Interesting.
So XPO has always been around, but not as a LTL company, a less than trailer load. But now we're considered bulk, so we're back to truckload.
Throughout your time working, has your job changed at all?
Yeah, it does. Sometimes you have more freight come through than others. You have your slow periods and stuff. It's not much of a change other than the freight that we get in. That's always constantly changing because companies will go with different companies to haul their freight. So we always have a change in that, but the job in particular is pretty much stays the same. You just keep moving, and it's like I said, it's pretty much the same.
During the pandemic, was there a lot less stuff that you guys had to move around, or?
Actually, our company actually stayed working. We were not off at all during the pandemic. I worked through the entire pandemic, mask and all, and it was interesting because there was days you'd have a lot of freight come through, and then there's days you don't. So it kind of made your days interesting, not knowing what you was going into.
Do you still get paid even if you're only moving like a few items a day? I know maybe not a few, but less than you would on a regular day.
Yeah, you still get your basic pay. They prefer you to move about 8 skids in an hour. So it's not hard to do, but for some people it is. I mean, until you really learn it, if you don't know it, it can slow you down.
What are some benefits that come with working here?
Well, working with my company, we have a benefit of you can actually become a truck driver through them. We have a training school for it right there on the premises. So they'll train you how to drive the truck. You can singles, doubles, and triples is what we haul out. So you can actually learn how to drive a truck with 3 trailers going down the road if you wanted, and they'll teach you. It's a good benefit.
Are there any fond memories you have from working, or any memorable things that have happened?
There's always crazy things happening up here. You open up a door and you're looking at it and you're like, okay, it's fine. And when you get mid-trailer, you start finding things that you don't want to see dumped over or something. And it happens in the freight industry. skids will topple over or dump, and you got to clean them up. The funniest one so far that we've seen was we opened up, and it was basically skids of paper plates and stuff that had topped over. But it was all through the trailer. It looked like somebody just threw it in the trailer and said, okay, you just shake the trailer up and go. It was all over.
Have you ever had an instance where you were waiting for a shipment and then it ends up getting stolen, or like the truck maybe like, not veers off course, but gets in an accident or something like that?
Yeah, we've had trailers like that that's dumped or flipped on the side of the road. And basically what happened is they'll come into us, and if we're able to, we'll pull the freight out of them. But a lot of times what happens there is they'll have a crew go out and they'll clean that up and bring it back to us, and then we have to inventory it, which is basically showing everything that's damaged, what's not damaged, and the only things we can move is the stuff that's is not damaged.
Yeah.
And then we file claims on the damage for the customer.
What kind of like physical effort is needed? Like how strenuous would you say it is?
Oh, it can be very strenuous if you have to pick up stuff and put on skids. They say you don't have to pick up anything over 75 pounds, but yeah, trust me, there's days you're picking up heavier stuff than that. You'll have to have help picking it up, putting it back on a skid or something. But strenuous-wise, the forklift will do most of the work, but there is times you have to pick it up yourself. And it ain't fun stacking 50-pound, 100-pound bags of coffee beans because they want to slide off the skid. It ain't fun. I didn't think they were that heavy. Yeah, they got a little weight to them.
Is it fun to operate a forklift?
It is, actually. It really is. I mean, you get to, the more you operate, the more you'll get to understand how to move things with it. And you'll look at things like, I can't move it with this. And you'll look at the angles and stuff. And it's basically all angle games and how you handle the freight. Of course, if it's a longer skid, you want to use longer forks. But it is fun handling them, driving them around all day. It beats walking and standing in position all day. So it is fun.
What are some challenges and stuff you encounter while working?
The challenges sometimes is the freight. It depends on what you have come in. We used to have tractors come in, farming equipment come in. Well, you can drive some of that stuff out of the trailers. And sometimes it comes in on a skid, and you got to figure out how to get it out without destroying it because you can't drive it off the skid. So it's a lot of little challenges and stuff. It's kind of weird to say, but the funnest things is trying to figure those out. Because if you can't figure an angle out or a way of getting it out, you can actually tear something up, and you don't want to do that because that don't look good for you, and it doesn't look good for the company.
I assume they would maybe do you get like infractions and stuff like that if you damage? Okay.
Oh yeah.
And do you like work by yourself, or do you work with like a crew of people?
We have a crew. I start at 5 in the morning. We have 6 guys that comes in, and we start what the city is. So basically everything we pull out of trailers will be took down and divided into like Michigan City, Valpo, Gary, Hammond, Chicago Heights, Linwood, all that. We do the entire area. So we have to go find all the freight out of the trailers to load into trailers to go out into the city so we can make our city deliveries.
What's something that, like, whenever you open up like a trailer that you see that you just really like dread having to deal with?
Pipe ain't fun dealing with a forklift. We don't have it as much as we used to, which I'm thankful for, because that's something that you really have to start learning how to handle, because it's more of a balancing act on the fork to get it out. Or you have to go in, lift up, chain it, and then pull it out and hope the banding don't break, because that's a mess if it breaks. But in time, I mean, people learn how to do it, and you can actually show people, and then if they just follow what you say, most of the time they can get it out.
What would you say the easiest part of working is?
Driving the forklift.
Yeah.
That's it. That and lunch. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh shoot, where'd it go? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right. Well, yeah, that's all that we have for today. I thank you for talking to me, and I had a great time talking to you.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it too.
Thank you so much.